Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Remember11, The Age of Infinity. And we are about to play ball! Basketball. Not the quote that the quote comes from. The game that the quote comes from. Just baseball, I think. I hope. Otherwise I'm going to seem really stupid. But anyway, this I expect to be very amusing. With that decided, the four of us split into two teams for our basketball game. After trying to balance everyone's strengths equally, the results were Uni and I, the boys' team, will be facing Hotori and Sumi, the girls' team. However, we couldn't play by the standard rules, mostly due to the court being hidden under a thick layer of snow. Tori dropped the ball she'd found in the basement. That is very true. Without a single bounce, the ball dropped and sank into the snow. Saying that, I dug the ball out of the snow. Holding the ball aloft, I tossed it into the blue sky. The brown orb drew a beautiful parabola and sank into the net. That swish I so loved to hear. The net sprang up and down as though dancing. Okay, so Santra is a basketball player. Was not aware of that. A free throw tournament. Went over the rules with the others. Well, though I called them rules, they were nothing too complicated. The AB team and the CD team will alternate in shooting and free throws. The order will be AC, BD, because it would be almost copyrighted otherwise. This will count as one turn. Wait. Yeah, okay. I had to think, because I'm not the most knowledgeable in music. The person who's up can choose either shoot from the free throw line or shoot from outside the three-point line. If the ball goes in, their team will receive 2 points for a shot from the free throw line or 3 points for a shot at the three-point line. Hereinafter, the free throw line will be referred to as the 2PL, and the three-point line. Okay, sure. This will continue for 9 turns, and the team with the most points at the end will win. I don't see any problem with just calling it the free throw line and the... All three of them nodded. The result of a quick round of rock, paper, scissors will put the Hotori and Sumi team up first, with the Satoru Uni team second. Okay, so, dang. They're not gonna be in each other's face, trash talking and like knocking each other over. That'd be pretty ridiculous. Especially if someone you wouldn't expect, like Katsumi, were to really get into it, and she were like just rammed Satoru with her shoulder and knocked him down, and then like stepped on his stomach and like. Starting the match without a whistle didn't feel quite right. Katsumi was the first to shoot. She decided to play it safe with the two-point line, and with a meek look on her face, she headed out onto the court. We'd already moved the snow around the 2-point line and 3-point line. Within the white field over the court, we'd opened up just enough space to comfortably shoot from. And inside the area we dug out around the 2-point line stood Itsumi. You know, with that sweater, she's gonna have some. I don't understand the dynamics, actually. She can't play ball with that sweater. Can she? Because it looks like if she raises up her hands like this, both of them, to shoot. Or maybe if it came over her shoulder some. But it looks like it looks complicated anyway. She should have just worn like a jacket rather than kind of a shawl. Is that a shawl? I hope that's a shawl. Otherwise I'm going to look stupid. I'm sure chances are I've looked stupid at one point in every single video I've done. So I mean, I shouldn't expect anything else, but with that spirited declaration, she raised her right hand high. Maybe it's because she was nervous, but it sounded like her voice was cracking. Murmuring to herself, she began looking restlessly back and forth near her feet. Though the ball hadn't rolled anywhere near there. Saying that, I gently tossed the ball to her. After performing what looked like a flustered pantomime of a robot dance, Azumi fell on her rear into the snow. The ball fell right next to her with a plop. Still flustered, she got to her feet and picked up the ball. Sumi gripped the ball in both hands. She then crouched down, widened her stance, lowered the ball. Oh, okay. Yeah, that you can do with a shawl. I wasn't thinking about that. Then gave it a great clumsy toss. The ball flew high in the air, hit the wire mesh in the fence, and dropped down onto the snow. The three of us were speechless. Score 0-0. Really? Let's see what the tip for that is. I think the tip says no points. The number on the left represents Hotori and Natsumi's team score. The number on the right represents mine and Uni's team score. Okay, well technically they could mean either team's score. I entrusted our team's first shot to Uni. Picking up the ball, he made for the 2-point line. I cheered for Uni as he headed up into the court. He answered without turning away from the goal. Oh, he's wearing his coat very similarly now that. He is, isn't he? Am I just somebody who doesn't know how to wear a coat? Is that something I'm finding out about myself right now? He reached the designated area and assumed his stance. Or maybe it's just that most people don't play basketball out in the snow. He scooped up some snow, then released it. The powdery snow floated smoothly out of his hand. He drew the ball to his chest. He was also using both hands, but unlike Itsumi, he wasn't going to shoot from between his legs. That's something that could possibly be taken out of context. The ball struck the backboard, then rebounded into the snow. Score 0-0. It's basketball. He returned, shaking his head. At that moment, Hotori suddenly spoke up. Hotori crossed her arms and turned her glance to the ground. She walked about, tracing a tight circle in the snow. Eventually she stopped and looked up at me before speaking. Don't agree to it. Don't agree to it. Don't agree to it. Don't. Nope. She pestered me with a childlike smile on her face. The freezing temperature outside had colored her cheeks bright red. She's not. Remember where you're at. To an insane person, They don't know the scope of a big favor. Yeah, can I have your kidney? It's a tiny favor. You know, just a small favor. Maybe a bit of spleen too. You know, just cut it down the middle. You know, you can put half of it back in. You know, and I'll take the rest. Small favor, you know. I did that to my uncle. You know, he said, yeah, I'll do you a favor. He was just fine. You know, he pretended like he was saying no, but he was saying yes. Don't agree to it. As I looked at that smiling face, I thought to myself, no. The one who killed the rat yesterday couldn't have been the Hotori personality after all. Of course, his personality couldn't have had anything to do with the Awazumi incident either. You gotta remember who might be asking a favor, though. May not be the personality you're looking at right now. One who done all those things had to be another personality, not Hotori. If not, then she'd never be able to smile so innocently. Didn't feel like she really remembered anything about the brutal killing of the rat. That was probably because the Hotori personality didn't have a direct hand in it. That's what I thought. I believed in her. Don't. No. Dang it!
もしも俺たちのチームが負けたら、だけど逆に俺たちのチームが勝ったら？
それはサトルが自分で考えてよ。
なるほど。じゃあ、そうだな。
After thinking it over for a short while, I answered.
質問に答えてもらうことにしよう。
質問？
ああ。どうしてもお前に聞いておきたいことがあるんだよ。
なんだ、そんな簡単なことでいいんだ。
うん。
オッケー。それじゃあ、もしも私たちのチームが負けたら、何でも答えてあげる。
よし。これで商談成立だな。
あ、一応念のため言っておくけど、これはチーム対チームの戦いだからね。個人戦じゃないよ。賭けは私とサトルが勝手にやってることであって、
勝敗はチームの総得点で決まる。そういうことだよな。ま、俺はそれで構わないよ。
Oh crap. Did Hotori ask Katsumi to look really, really bad there at the beginning? Is she ringering us? Is Katsumi the ringer? That would be so mean!
っていうか、むしろホトリのチームの方が圧倒的に不利だと思うが。本当にそれでいいのか？
That would be awesome. Hotori gave a slight smile, then without another word, walked over to stand before the net. I watched her go. Hotori picked up the ball. She chose the three-point line. She stood at that spot, then entered a shooting stance. She raised the ball to the level of her forehead and delicately bent her right wrist. The left hand was used only for support. The unconscious posture of an experienced sportswoman.
頑張って、ホトリちゃん。
Sumi let out a high-pitched cheer. Breathing in, Hotori stood stock still. Her lips met in a straight line, and then she released the ball. It danced in the air, drawing a beautiful arc. Once it ascended to the summit of the blue sky overhead, it began on its downward slope.
入っちゃった。
I heard Uni grumble. As he did, the ball was swallowed into the hoop. The score, 3-0. I was up next. Without a moment's hesitation, I chose the three-point line. Uni ran over with the ball and passed it to me. For the moment, I took it in my hands. Oh. Sharp pain ran up my left arm. I'd completely forgotten that I was injured. Holding the ball, I gently rubbed at the wound as I stood before the three-point line. The cleared-out space was small, but I managed to dribble the ball a few times. He made a shot before from the free throw line to demonstrate that he was able to play basketball. I shifted into a shooting stance. I took aim and breathed deeply in, then out.
サトル、大丈夫だよ。僕がついてるから、きっと入るよ。自分を信じて。緊張しないで。
Shut up! I'm trying to shoot him.
リラックス、リラックス。
This is the
肩
old.
の力を抜いて。風向きはね、北西から南東に向かって
ユニ黙っててくれ。
It's like the old golf scene that you see in movies and TV shows where they're like, I hope you did very good at that shot. Okay. Remember, don't miss the tree over there or something. Don't miss the tree. That's very bad advice. That's very hostile advice, actually. Confirming the position of both my feet, I took a firm step onto the court, held the ball overhead, and supported it with my left hand. My fingertips trembled a little from the pain. Somehow enduring it, I narrowed my aim, holding my breath. I concentrated all my nerves into my right arm, and I released the ball. With the spin I'd put on it, it rebounded off the backboard just as planned. The shot sank as though drawn in by the net, sending it swaying. Hotori alone stared at me without saying anything. Uh-oh. While chewing regretfully on her thumbnail. Scored 3-3. Uh-oh. After that, the game went on like that, and we alternated between offense and defense. Now gaining, now falling behind. Alternating between offense and defense. I don't think that's what they were doing. Not unless he was randomly running out there. Not unless he was randomly running out there like, whoa! As you know, Hotori was shooting it. The second round, Asumi 0 points. You need 0 points. Hotori 2 points. Me 0 points. 5-3. Third round, Asumi 0 points. You need 2 points. Oh, you need got some. Good. 2 Hotori, 3 me. 7-8. Took the lead. Yes. Fourth round, Asumi 0, you need 0. Hotori 3, me 0. 10-8. Fifth round. Asumi 0, you need 2. Hotori 0, me 2. 10-12. Sixth round. 0, both Asumi and Uni. 3 for Hotori and 2 for me. 13-14. Seventh. 0 for Asumi, 2 for Uni. Hotori 3, me 2. 16-18. Just like that, we entered the 8th round with a 2-point lead. Asumi's wild throws earned her usual score of 0 points. By now, I felt sorry for the wires of the fence. Uni had gotten the ball in 3 times so far, but regrettably, his shot had glanced off the rim in the 8th round and earned him no points as well. Seeing that, a determined Hotori chose the 3-point line. Afterwards, with those words, she picked up the ball and tossed it in my direction. The lead was snatched away at once, and our team was now down a point. Grabbing the ball, oh my gosh, I have to make a choice. Really, we're having to make this choice. Wow. You know what? 2 points. He'll be more likely to be able to hit that, I bet. Then if it, then we're gonna assume that Asumi will miss. Uni, we're gonna hope he hits for 2 points, and that would put us ahead by 3 points. Where if Hotori, even if she gets it, it would tie it, and then I could sink one in to win it. That's what I'm gonna do. I actually can't believe I thought that out. Went with the safe choice of the 2-point line. I stood at the line and steadied my breathing. Taking aim, I let the shot go. Ball was swallowed into the net. Unthinkingly, I clenched my fist victoriously. Turned to Hotori, wanting her to see it. Look at my fist of glory and victory! Hotori snorted and looked away. Score 19-20. That brought us to the final round. Asumi was up.
ガンバガンバカーリーガンバ
Uh-oh. Encouraging herself, she headed for the 2-point line. Standing in place, she once again spread out her legs as though preparing. Oh, that shouldn't be as funny as it is. I'm just thinking, what would happen if it really happened? She actually laid an egg. I guess it'd be the end of the basketball game. I don't think anybody would be like, well, she just laid an egg out there on the basketball court. I feel like continuing this game that we are doing. Okay, let's move on.
33番内海カーリー行きます。
けなげだな内海さんは。
I unconsciously remarked as I watched her attentively. She probably won't get it in this time either, I thought. But just as I thought that, suddenly, an incredibly skilled shot sent the ball flying through the hoop.
入っちゃった。
Great. After a moment of silence, Sammy began to jump for joy.
やったましたやったましたねえねえ見た見た今の見たすごくないすごくない私天才なのかしら怖いわ怖い怖いこの溢れるような自分の才能が怖い天は二物を与えるのね
Watching her jump and cheer, I couldn't help but think that she's totally not a doctor there. She's totally a patient. Does she have any similarity to her husband whatsoever? Score 21-20.
ねえどうしようどうしようサトル
It's okay, Uni. No pressure. Just don't screw up or I'll never talk to you again. Okay? Remember, no pressure. Breathe, relax. Uni ran over to me looking
どっちを
upset.
選べばいいのかな2点の方それとも3点の方
After carefully thinking it over, I gave him my instructions. Dang it! Okay, they're ahead by 1, right? Yeah. So technically, the most they could get would be ahead by 4, and two two-pointers would do it. So I will have him do a 2, and I guess I'll have Satru go for a 3 on the last one. I guess is what I'll do. I can't believe this is what this game breaks down into. It's a basketball simulator. 20. When did this game come out? I can't ever remember the dates on these games. 2004, 2008. I can't remember. Go for a 2.
2点の方で行こう。その代わり何が何でも絶対に決めてくれ。
No matter what, or you are grounded.
本当にそれでいいの ?2 点じゃもし入っても22点だから多分すぐほとりに逆転されちゃうよ。
大丈夫だ。
It's okay, Uni. I'll be the superstar who wins everything. You'll just be the guy who was on the same team as a superstar.
このスコア22点になれば、あいつは必ずスリーポイントを狙ってくるはず。そうしなければ、俺が2点を取って、彼女のチームは負けてしまうからな。ほとりにできるだけプレッシャーを与えるためにも、ここは2ポイントの方で言ってくれ。
うん、わかった。
Uni nodded obediently and headed for the 2-point line. He stood right in place and set up his shot.
ユニ、落ち着いて投げるんだぞ。俺がついてるからな。自分を信じろ。お前はやればできる子なんだから。緊張すんなよ。リラックスして肩の力を抜いて投げるんだ。いいな。風向きとかいちいち気にすんなよ。その距離ならきっと。
サトル。
ん？
黙ってて。
And he selected an overhand shot. He might have been nervous, judging from the way he was standing pigeon-toed, but his face was a picture of serious concentration. I can do it if I try! Just you watch, as if to say that he hid his determination within his face. It was a childlike but incredibly tense expression. like a puppy bravely challenging a ferocious dog. He seemed to radiate an innocent sweetness. Quietly watched over him as he stood there, like a father watching over the growth of his child. I'm counting on you, Uni, I whispered inside my mind. Perhaps he could hear that wish because Uni turned back to me just once and nodded before, releasing a brilliant shot, as if it were dancing the ball, floated through the air, then fell toward the basket. Clenched my fists as I silently prayed. The ball hit the rim, jumped upward through a narrow end in the air, and flew into the net. Uni jumped up and down, dodging a victory pose. What? I ran over to Uni and hugged him, as if he'd scored the deciding point at Koshin.
偉いぞユニ
すごいっしょすごいっしょ。
すげえすげえマジすげえぞ。
じゃあいい子いい子して。はいい子いい子って頭なでなでしてしてよ。
よしわかった。いい子いい子なでなで。
ユニタンええ子やって
ユニタンええ子や
嬉しい。
I detected a different accent. He said that in.
お取り込み中のところ申し訳ないんですけど。まだ試合終わったわけじゃないんだよね。21対22。確かに私たちの方が1点負けてるけど、でもここで私がスリーポイントを決めればあっという間に逆転ってことになる。喜ぶのはまだ早いんじゃない？さあ、分かったらさっさとどいて。邪魔だから。
Tori pushed between us and walked to the 3-point line.
集中だよ。
Uni and I went back over to the fence, listening to Tsumi's cheers. I leaned against the chain link and trained my eyes on Hotori's motions. After dribbling the ball around the court, she got into her shooting stance. She didn't look the slightest bit tense. A thin smile floated to her lips.
分かってるよね。
Referring to her bet, she called out to me as she focused her sights on the
そっ
net.
ちこそな。
I answered without much courtesy.
悪いけどこれ入っちゃうから。
どうかな。
私がミスると思う？
いいから早く投げろよ。
Tori bent her knees slightly. She curled her back like a cat, composed herself in, kicked off from the court in a flash. Ball took flight, soared higher and higher into the air, then began its descent. And Satoru took out a pistol, shot it in the air, and put it back in. And oh, we didn't agree that was against the rules. Oh, I say you missed. When suddenly there was a gust of wind. The brown orb shivered in the air. An invisible force was pushing it. But Hotori had calculated for that in advance. Following the trajectory of the ball, the orange hoop was like a large open mouth ready to swallow it. A magnificent bank shot. The ball, which had bounced off the backboard, jumped into the hoop as if sliding.
ああ、やっぱり入っちゃったか。ちょっとは手加減してあげようと思ったんだけどな。実力って隠せないもんだね。
Sure. The echoes of our boasting were dispersed by the wind.
嫌味なやつだ。
でも平気だよ、サトル。サトルが決めてくれれば僕らの勝ちなんだから。頼んだよ、サトル。
おう、任しとけい。
Okay, so yeah, they're behind by 2. We're behind by 2. A 2-point difference. Of course, I didn't hesitate for a moment over whether to go for a 2-point line or accept a draw. I go with victory. I headed for the 3-point line with ball in hand. No way I'll let myself miss. With renewed determination, I got into position.
楽勝だよ、楽勝。
I heightened my concentration as I assumed my shooting stance. My left arm throbbed in pain. The trembling was transmitted to the ball, making it harder to aim. Readjusted my stance and relaxed my shoulders. Breathing out, I raised the ball for the final time. I waited for the wind to die down. My left hand was barely touching the ball. This one arm alone will decide our victory. It'll go in for sure. Held the image of the ball being swallowed in my mind. The comfortable tension enfolded me. I bent my knees ever so slightly. I held my breath. The wind stopped. Couldn't hear a thing. Silence. That moment, she's an asshole. Just as her voice reached me, I released the ball into the air. I really wonder if it goes in. I guess we'll find that out next time. Who wins? Pretty evil cliffhanger there. Anyway, I do hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one. Farewell there.